we are. Stream's live. Sorry about the late start tonight, guys. Sorry about the late start tonight. We is here though. Boom, boom, boom. Chat is up. We are in it. I can see you. Can y'all see me? What's going on? Hold on. What's up? How's it going? Sorry, I'm just pulling the stream up. Gotta get the chat running. I'm trying to see what this community stuff's all about, guys. So it turns out it's like a program that's not like fully implemented yet. That like I get to test it. I'm like a tester for it. I got opted into like the early beta testing for it. It's pretty cool. All right. So Mossberg, I wasn't sure what it was yesterday, but it's like a community, it's something new. So YouTube hasn't implemented it on like all channels yet, but like certain people got opted in, and I guess I got opted in because I'm part of like a community creator thingy, like a group. And so essentially it restarts every stream, and it's like so you get points up to a certain amount for a certain amount of chats. So you don't get unlimited chat points, right? You get like points, I guess, to be the number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever else, up to like 50, right? And it's chats, super chats, stickers, gifts, that kind of stuff, all add to that point total. But chats only get you so far. I guess there's a limit to it. There's only so many chats that count towards your points. So that's what I've gathered. That's all the information we have on it. So, but I got opted into like an early beta test, which is pretty cool. How you doing, Mossberg? So, like, there's still a lot of intricacies to it that I haven't learned. This is just what I read today after looking into it. Just what I've read so far. I don't know if there's going to be more to it later. It's pretty cool. I like it. I think it's a cool concept. I think it's pretty cool. But, you know. All right, let me, hold on 1 second, guys. So we're still running the challenge. My wife said at 1,000 likes I can adopt a puppy. So 1,000 likes is what I need y'all to help me get to one of these nights. Lift 500? Maybe, we'll find out. 500. Not quite yet, we'll get there. All right, let's add some more weight. Let's get these warm-ups running. We started late tonight. 315. $315 is our next warm-up rep, guys. Gonna feel good. That's how it's meant to be, sir, right? That's how it's meant to be. Just you, Mark. The audio should be good. Same audio we always run. All right, let me grab this, guys. We do have a storm coming through, so it could be storm related, latency or something. Could be some latency. Not. Hold on, let me see if there's anything I can do about it. No, it says my connection's fine. It'll probably clear up. It'll clear up. Give it some time. Let me see. See if they're messing with me. Sounds fine on my end, guys. We get a lot of storms here. It is hurricane season for us, just about. Not quite yet, but it's getting there. So we're almost there. All right, let's add another 10 pounds, guys. Let's go 325. Yeah, we get a good few storms out here in the good old South. We do a lot of 1 rep max. We do a lot of 1 rep work. So you'll have usually a set of 7 to warm up, a triple, and then we'll do a bunch of singles climbing until we hit about 90-95% of our PR range each night. And then we drop for doubles, triples, more singles, sometimes sets of 7. It just really depends. So, why would Mark? Why would my mods mess with me? It happens often. I have the same questions sometimes. I have the same questions. All right. Hey, Shree's back. I don't think it's my end, guys. Only thing I can do is relaunch, and I really want to relaunch it, but we can. $325 moving smooth. Try equipped. Why would I ever try equipped? I don't like equipped lifting, really. Not my gig. I mean, some people love it. I don't fault them for it. I just don't like it. I'm not a big fan of equipped lifting personally. So I get the draw. You move heavier numbers, sure, but the assistance from the equipment is purely the difference, you know. So your range of motion isn't as good. And it's not in my personal opinion, equipped lifting is not a true show of strength. It shows that you're probably pretty strong without the equipment, but the equipment adds a lot. So. No, I've never been to a chiropractor. That's what deadlifts are for. I'm telling you guys, the audio is coming through like super clear on my end. Super clear. I don't know what's going on. It must be YouTube side, I'm gonna be honest. All right, hold on, let me see if I can, give me 1 second, guys, give me 1 second. If that, hopefully that fixed that, relaunched. Hopefully that fixed it. It will, it should have fixed it. That's the only thing you can't do is relaunch. If the relaunch doesn't fix it, it's not on my end. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Pete? Did it fix it? Did relaunching the stream fix the sound, guys? Leaving and coming back seem to work for you. So Ray says leaving and coming back works. So I think it's a YouTube problem, not a me problem. You gotta leave and come back. Leave and come back. It'll fix it. Hopefully. The weights are very real, Pete. We've had this conversation. You see, this is what happens. I told you my mods. AI weights. ChatGPT puts them in for me. All right. All right. Yeah. What do we have on here, guys? Do you remember? 315, 25, 35. 235 right now. I think it's, or 335. What am I saying? 335. 335-ish. I don't really remember what I put on there. You seem to be having that happen a lot, perspective. You should work on your lifestyle, I think. Do you feel proud of yourself, Jay? Do you feel proud of yourself, Jay? I'll have to go back and rewrite a couple of your programs, Jay. Just make a couple of edits, add an extra, like maybe 2 or 3 sets, maybe an extra set of lunges. Extra set of lunges, some more squats. You ever done Bulgarian split squats, Jay? Bulgarian split squats. If you've never done one, they're wonderful. They're everybody's favorite exercise. They are somewhere in your program if you haven't already done them. I don't think you've done them. You're only a couple days in. I don't think you've done Bulgarians yet. It's a different beast. It just, you know, it's one of those things that no one wants to see on their program, but it's a good thing, you know? All right. Let's grab this. All right, we got 340 on here right now. 340. So we're gonna grab this for a single, and then we'll we're gonna stop at 340 tonight because I want to prep for tomorrow. And then after this 340 single, we'll do a drop for, I don't know, we'll go like, I don't know, 300 for some reps or something. We'll go 300 for some reps or something. But we're gonna hit 340 single real quick, and then we'll do that. You will recover, Saray. It's usually 1 day delay on the soreness. Usually a day delay. That's about average. I've had people have it set in 2 days later, actually, but usually a single day. $340 moved pretty smooth. Don't forget, 1,000 likes, I get a new puppy, guys. 1,000 likes, I get a new puppy. All right. The wife said I had to get 1,000 likes for the puppy. She will not bend on that number. She said it has to be 1,000 because she really doesn't want a new puppy. I really want a puppy. So I'm relying on you guys. I don't know if it'll happen tonight, but one of these streams I will get to adopt a puppy afterwards. I know it sounds like a lot of likes, guys, because it is, but it's the only thing I can get her to agree to with the likes. She wouldn't agree to 500. I tried. I brace before I start the lift. So, and I'll actually stay braced and keep a nice chest full of oxygen, nice abdomen brace all the way through the movement. I don't know about that bend. That was not part of the deal. All right. All right, let's grab this. This is just 315. We're going to do one pause rep, or we'll do one Larson rep, 315, and then we're going to go to 300 and do some rep work, right? So I am natural, Kevin. I am natural. We don't do none of that around here. All right. Woo-wee! Yeah. Yeah. If people want to use gear, they can use gear. Why would I care if other people use gear? What? Give me one good reason why I should care if someone else uses gear. Can you name one reason why I should care? Give me one reason why I should care if they abuse gear. That's define it for me as well. Mind you, I don't recommend it, but it doesn't affect me whatsoever if they decide to do that to make gains. Does that make sense? If they want to take the shorter route and sacrifice some of their overall health, which is what will happen, that's on them. That's not for me to tell them to do or not to do, as long as it doesn't affect the people around them, right? So, all right, 275, 285. We'll go 300 even, 300 even, and we'll just do some fun work. Why not? Even, some doubles, some triples, who knows what we're going to do. I don't even know what we're going to do half the time. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. So Kevin, I make a living helping people be the best version of themselves. None of my clients are on PEDs. So I never recommend PEDs. Never recommend it. But here's the thing, if someone that's not in my immediate circle decides that that's the route they want to go, that's okay. That's okay. As your performance enhancers. Yeah, no, it's all about lifting. It's all about lifting, actually, Kelvin. That is what I do. I lift heavy objects. Ugh. It sounds like someone that does. It sounds like something someone that does cardio would say. All right. Kevin, I'm not going to have this this conversation with you because you seem very one-sided on it. Ugh. A little 300 Larson triple. We already had 345s on here. We already had we went to 340 tonight. We went to 340 tonight. But realistically, Kevin, the stance you have on it is, you know, set in stone. I'm not even trying to change your mind. I know people that are on PEDs, and I know people that will never touch them, you know? And 99% of the time when someone's on PEDs, you're not gonna change their mind actively because they're seeing the gains they want. It's hard to change their mind. You can, but it takes effort. Would I agree lifting is a means to an end? How so, Kelvin? Explain that to me. What do you mean a means to an end? Lifting is a great thing. I wholly enjoy lifting as an activity, not just as, you know, a way to work out. I just like lifting. 200 pounds is kind of light, Gavin. Check out my short from yesterday, or from today. I posted a short today with 225, just playing around with it. So 200, 225 is like, that's like circus weight. We can do like tricks with it. All right. 300, a little bit more difficult to do tricks, but still very reasonable warm-up weight. So my PR is 365 currently. So $240 for 100 reps. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't think I'm doing that today. All right. Kevin, that was their choice to make. That was their choice to make. Yeah, check out the reel. It's really good. It was really good. Get it? We're gonna do one more single press here. One more. We'll do another triple. Why not? 300 is like just play weight at this point. So, that was their choice to make, Kevin. I think that there is a place in the sport, in any sport, for that type of supplementation, right? It needs to be its own separate sport. I don't personally want to compete in it, but if people want to, they can. And I think if done properly, it can be something that people can benefit from. But it has to be done properly. Yeah, if someone goes overboard, that's awful. But people go overboard on things all the time. You're not going to be able to like, it's different when you're talking about, you know, someone that's using it to hit a goal and someone that's using it and using it in excess. But either way, as long as it's not harming the people around them necessarily, they're not doing anything like evil, you know? So. And yeah, you're gonna shave a couple years off your life with that stuff, guys. I don't recommend it. I'm Natty. I keep all my clients, you know, I've had clients ask me about it in the past, right? Do I know anything about it? They're interested in it. And I've always steered them away from it because I don't believe in using it. But just because I don't believe in using it doesn't mean that I need to control, you know, the fact that they want it, you know, like I can't give them a lot of information. You know, I send them to to do their own research. Because even if I do know, it's not something I want to encourage. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and say someone's doing something wrong for using performance enhancers, you know, because that's their personal choice. So I don't hold anything against someone for using it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch waffles. I don't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so I don't know if I want Cinnamon Toast Crunch waffles. Yeah, I'd agree, Kevin. It sucks to see, but they knew the risk involved. You know, you could argue 40 years ago, the risks weren't as well known, but this day and age, it's well known. The risks are well known. Everybody knows the risk. There's no middle ground anymore. Like, everybody is aware that, like, I'm damaging myself to use this to perform at a higher level. And there's no like, oh, you know, the science is up in the air. No, the science is settled on it. So it's going to shave years off your life. So creatine's great. I take creatine personally. I can't recommend it for you directly because I don't know your body. I don't know your goals. I don't know what your system is going to interact well with. But for me personally, you know. I do not vape. I don't smoke, drink. I don't eat baked goods, sweet baked goods. I don't drink soda. I don't eat tons of added sugar. I eat very, 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 very minimal, like a couple grams a day added sugar, and it's in my bread. It's in my bread in the morning when I have whole grain toast with my yogurt. My yogurt, everything I eat is no added sugar, except those 2 slices of bread in the morning. So, ugh. 100% Grandma Sue. I refuse to read that, Ben. I won't read it. All right, let's grab it. Yep. Another triple. Let's go. That's our bench for the night, guys. Nice little finish on 300 by 3. Felt good, didn't feel bad. Went to 340 tonight pretty easily. So, yeah, it's 300, just an easy 300. All right. Curls, guys. What kind of curls are we doing tonight? I say we do preachers. I don't think we've done preachers yet this week. Do I breathe when benching? I breathe all the time, but I do brace for my bench, yes. That's your question. Am I bracing? Am I breathing like actively during my bench? Not all the time, no. I do tend to brace my core. So for sets, not as easily done. For singles, very much can be done and does help. So all right, preacher curls are tonight. We haven't done preachers in a little while, so we need to get some preacher curls done. And tomorrow we'll do dumbbell, and then we got barbell at the end of the week. Let's go 130. Let's go $130 for the first set. $130 for the first set. Why not? All right. Oh, let me fix my chat. I about didn't fix my chat. Don't forget, guys. I need those likes. I want to get a puppy. I need those likes. The wife said 1,000 likes. Really high goal. I know. 1,000 likes, I get a puppy. So we have 2 dogs already. Is the reason why it's set so high. So the reason why it's set so high. I can't do anything about it, Mark. I can't do anything about it. She set the goal because she doesn't want another puppy. She doesn't want another dog. But I want another dog, so. I bring animals home often, but a puppy is a different level of animal, all right? Mind you guys, there's a difference, okay? So guys, listen, there is a difference between being able to make your own decisions as a grown man and making poor decisions on your own as a grown man. I can physically make the decision to go pick up a puppy, right? but she can physically be mad at me about it. We both make our own decisions, right? I've been with my wife for my entire adult life and most of my late teen years. We make decisions as a unit, all right? We got 165 on here now. So, no, we've got enough children. But yeah, I've been with my wife for like 14 years now. Yeah, 14 years now. So, all right, let's go. Almost 14, just short of 14 years. 14 will be this year. I don't know what kind yet. I don't know what kind of puppy yet. We're working on that part. We'll decide that. I know I'm going to get a puppy. I know it's going to be a young dog. I'm not going to get one that's already grown. I did that the last time. Do want to get a puppy. We've never truly gotten a puppy. We've always done rescues. So I'd like to get a puppy this time. I really want a Chihuahua though. I'm partial to Chihuahuas. I don't know about that, Mr. Dark. I feel like that's not quite how that works. Chihuahuas are top tier. Chihuahuas are great. 7 reps. 7 reps for the last two. We're going to do a double, a single, a triple, something in here. That's awesome, Grandma Sue. That's awesome. It really depends on your body, Lucas. So, see, I don't rely on my dogs to protect my household. So, I don't rely on my dogs to protect my household. That's what I'm there for. That's what I exist for. Yeah. I like having a dog that can fend for itself, sure, if it has to, but the dog isn't there to be my protector. It's not how it works, not in my world at least. All right, let's go. 210 here, I think. Yeah, 210. I'm trying to get this for a double. Woo-wee! Good Lord. That tried to fight me, that second one. Whew.
My back didn't pop. My back didn't pop. Whose back popped? Was it mine? We're gonna do seated shoulder press tonight, guys. Seated shoulder press, barbell. Yeah, I don't need a dog for protection. I'm gonna be okay. All right, let's get this in. There's a lot going on in the chat right now. I'm trying to keep up, guys, but y'all talk pretty fast. But I'm probably gonna get a Chihuahua. Honestly, guys, for my household, the Chihuahua would be ideal, or something along those lines. It's very yappy, right? And the reason why a yappy dog would be ideal for home protection for me is because I just need it to wake me up. If it wakes me up, we're good, we're golden. Plus, I already have a German. All right, we're set up our bar height. What's up, Martin? Unless I'm pulling the driveway. That's the kind of dog my wife wants, is like a little Shih Tzu, you know, but not my gig. Not my gig, the Shih Tzus. They're not bad dogs, they're just not my style. Not my style. Chihuahuas are my style. I grew up with the Chihuahua, so. But if you only view your pets from a protection standpoint, you're gonna be a really lonely pet owner. So. Now my knees. How did I hurt my knee? What do you mean? My knees are doing top tier, doing great. Lordy Lord. There's always something going on in the chat. I can't trust no chat messages no more. Can't trust it. Can't trust it. All right, let's get it. Set of 7, get the shoulders warmed up. It's just 135, nothing heavy. Let's go. A little overhead shoulder press. Easy work. Woo! All right, let's add some more weight. Slap a 25 on there. Slap a 25 on there. A 185 for the second set. Chicken and rice? Hold on, guys. I'll check chat in a second. I have to scroll chat. I only can see like 1 or 2 messages at a time, and it filters the messages, so I don't see everything. If I miss your message, I will get back to it at some point, I promise, if I can. So, how much was I benching at 16 years old? Nothing. I didn't touch a bench until I was 25. Greek yogurt is top tier. Greek yogurt is top tier. I eat a pound of Greek yogurt every morning with my whole grain toast. Yep. Woo-wee! Yeah, a pound. 1 pound of Greek yogurt in the mornings. My bench is 365 currently. 365 is my current PR. A pound of Greek yogurt sounds like a lot of Greek yogurt, but that's only half of one of those big containers. It's only half of one of those big containers. So, all right, we went 95, we're on 205. 205 next. It sounds like a lot, but it's not that much. It's not that much. So you guys know if you buy like a container, like a multi-serving container of Greek yogurt, it's just half of one of those containers. I used to eat a whole container every day. I was eating 2 pounds of Greek yogurt a day. So. Every single day live, yes. Almost every single day. We've only missed like 3 streams ever, and that was sick, and then when mom was in town, I took a couple days off. And I think we only missed 1 stream. See you, Mossberg. I'll still be here probably. I really like Greek yogurt. I enjoy Greek yogurt. I used to eat 2 pounds a day. I used to eat 14 pounds of Greek yogurt a week. But I cut it back to a pound, and I added in more eggs in the morning from time to time, and I added in some other midday meals. So I used to eat a pound of Greek yogurt, or a pound in the morning, and then I used to eat a pound right before I worked out. So I used to eat my pre-workout meal as well. So I used to do a pound of Greek yogurt in the morning, and then a pound before I worked out with a banana or some kind of fruit. And then I would drink my milk throughout the workout. So, but I used to drink smaller containers of milk during my workouts. So, all right, 205. 205. Just one. Woo! Do I think the fitness industry is extremely coachable to anyone if they want to start? How do you mean coachable? Do you mean people wanting to work in the fitness industry, or people that want to get into fitness and need a fitness coach? Is that how do you mean? Because the fitness field is like a job. Easy to get your foot in the door, awful to actually do well with. You have to really know your stuff. It's hard getting involved. So here's the thing about doing anything in fitness, right? Foot in the door, a job in fitness, easy, right? Doing well is like 17 times harder, right? So most jobs, if you get your foot in the door, you do all the things like as they tell you to do them, you're gonna do well. The thing about the fitness industry is they'll get your foot in the door, they'll train you how to do it, and then you've got to learn literally everything that's actually gonna be useful on your own. So it is not a super inviting industry, not in that people aren't friendly and don't want to help each other, but no two people's businesses are gonna run exactly the same. You have to find your niche, and you have to learn to use yourself as a walking billboard. So you have to maintain an aesthetic most of the time. Okay, you have to maintain an aesthetic. You have to look in the gym like you know what you're doing all the time. There's no room for errors, right? And then on top of that, you also need to know how to run your own business, essentially. You as a trainer are your own business all the time, regardless of where you're working. So, yeah, I would say the fitness industry would not be considered a friendly industry to newcomers as far as ability to make a living. You are going to struggle for the majority of your first year. So you will struggle for the majority of your first year working in the fitness industry. Almost universally, unless you have money saved. I recommend it to everybody that's ever actually asked me and said they're getting into the fitness industry, what is the first thing I would do? What's one thing I would do? Knowing, that I've been in the fitness industry, as I've made a career out of it. I would save money first. Put away enough money that you are going to be, you're going to be okay for 3 months not making much money. Because what burns people out is trying to do so much to make a living in the fitness industry in the first 3 months. And what ends up happening is you chase off a lot of clients that would normally be good long-term clients because you're constantly trying to make more money. And it's a slow build. Fitness industry is not a fast thing. Your first year, you're probably going to be in the red month to month for the first 3 to 5 months. I've seen people take 6 months to get to a point when they're actually making what they were making in their previous jobs, or even able to pay their bills with their paycheck. Just getting started in the fitness industry. It's a tough industry. How much was that? 85, 205, 210, 215. We're gonna go 220 tonight. So how do I explain it? All right, so all right, here's the best way I can explain it. You get a job as a trainer, right? I would say 9 times out of 10 trainers coming fresh into the industry, never had a training job before, right? No clientele yet. Your paycheck for the first 3 months is probably gonna range between, for the first couple weeks, $50 to $150, $200 a month is about what you'll make on average for the first month, right? Second month, you might make $300, $400, $500 the third month, maybe a little bit more the fourth month. Usually takes about 4 to 5 months to get ramped up to where you're actually making a living. It is definitely a very, very, very part-time job for your first 5 months. Have something else going on. So, yeah, your first month as a trainer, you might not break $100. I've seen a lot of trainers fail out because of that. They come in, they think they're gonna make a living right away. They come in with no other assets or jobs lined up. And they're like, hey, I only have 3 clients that meet with me twice a week. What am I supposed to do? And unfortunately, that's not a livable wage. So we're talking about the fitness industry and how hard it is to get started. So how hard it is to get started. Now you have 2 extremes though. So I've seen trainers that their entire first year, they make less than $30,000. Some of them make less than $25,000 their first year. Some even less than that. I would say the average first year trainer probably gonna make around 30 to 34, somewhere in that ballpark, right? If they're trying. On the other end of that, people that are successful with it, you can see 6-figure incomes. It's just how good are you as a trainer and how much time are you allocating to it. So, But I've seen trainers, there are trainers out there, right? There are trainers out there, and I don't give my own income out on stream. We've talked about that. But there are trainers out there, coaches and trainers. Coaching and training is the same but different. There are trainers and coaches out there that make $100,000, $150,000, $170,000 a year. There's other stuff that you have to be running your own fitness business at that point. You don't have to own a location, but you have to have your own brand to be making that kind of money on a regular basis. On a regular basis. If you're getting into the fitness industry, have some money saved up to keep you good to go until the first 3 months are up. Have at least 3 months of savings set aside to be ready to not have many clients the first 3 months. That one's fighting us. That one's fighting us. How much do we have on here? 35, 85, 95, 205, 210, 215, 220, 225, something like that. I think it's 220. It'll move. 220 is movable. All right, let's go. Just had to reevaluate it. Had to remind myself. Ugh. Fitness influencer, how easy is that industry to get into? Absolutely. It depends on what type of fitness you're doing. Getting into fitness, YouTube, fitness, Instagram, you have even amazing fitness influencers that have very small followings. It takes a long time to build that up. It does. You got to be super consistent, even when it's not working. All right, that's the goal there. Yeah, you gotta. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. So that's a whole different beast. That's a whole different beast. So you have to really, really enjoy, you gotta really, really enjoy that to do it. Okay. It sounds great in theory, Hold on. Hey, what's up? It sounds great in theory, right? It's like, oh, being a fitness influencer, I get to work out and, that's what I do for a living. It's not quite that. There's a lot more to it than that. It also takes forever to get ramped. So, just from an influencer standpoint, remember a couple things. Number one, obviously everybody always harps on consistency. Consistency is always going to be a key item in anything you do. But in the real world, what makes a fitness influencer do well? You have to be different in some form of way. You can be super, super heavy bencher. You could be a super strong power lifter, a really good bodybuilder. You could be winning competitions. I will tell you right now, I was posting competitive wins. I was posting, double body weight benches for almost a year. And until I found something that set me aside, which was the lives, I got very little attention for that stuff. They were what I would consider impressive lifts, impressive feats of strength, interesting videos in my opinion. What am I doing? I'm supposed to be rowing. We'll finish this up and then we'll row. But you have to do something different because there's so many people out there doing that. Everybody that benches 225 has a fitness influencer account just about now, right? They have some kind of fitness account going. Anybody that's benching 225 plus is posting fitness videos and trying to coach somebody at this point. It's a very saturated field. Very saturated field. So Athlete X. So I've seen a couple of videos by Athlete X. I don't have any problem with his content. It's very technical content. but not my type of content. So not my type of content. He had some controversy about fake weights as well. And I think he talked about it, that yeah, he uses them during some of his videos, and it's not something that he's not trying to hide it. And for his type of content, I'm giving him a pass. In my personal opinion, I'm giving him a pass for his type of content, because his type of content is purely 99%, from what I can tell, is educational. And from an educational standpoint, it's easier to demo form when you have significantly less weight on the bar. Now, he could just put less weight on the bar, but I do get a visual aspect of that. He's trying to still maintain the visual aspect of him being, strong. I think that it's a little bit disingenuous. I don't know how true it is. So it was a deadlift. Yeah. I have no idea what my leg press is, Eagles. I have no idea. I don't leg press very often. 900. I have no clue. No clue. I don't leg press very often. It's very seldom. I think we did for reps, we did 500 or something the other night for reps, just for the giggles, but we don't do leg press for very often. Leg press isn't on my program almost ever. I do it for the fun once in a while. So you'll get stronger from lighter weight. It's just going to take longer to get physically stronger from lighter weight than it will from heavier weight, lower reps. Now, as far as building size, it's advantageous for higher reps a lot of the time. So that's why you see bodybuilders with a lot of sets, a lot of reps. You see powerlifters that are training for strength with a lot of heavier weights, shorter sets, less reps. So I do think we have deadlifts in that, yeah. My elbows are not popping, no. Hold on. It's these. Do I have a deadlift tutorial? I don't know if I have a deadlift tutorial. I could do a deadlift tutorial at some point, 100%. The problem with doing a deadlift tutorial is a little bit more difficult in the technical aspect than a bench tutorial. I think anybody giving a deadlift tutorial and not just general ideas and tips to a deadlift is putting a lot of people at risk. The reason why I say that is because everybody's leverages are slightly different. No two people are created the same when it comes to deadlift leverages. You need to make adjustments. So if I tell you to lift like me, and your leverages aren't the same as mine, your arm length, your torso length, your leg length aren't the same, you could get hurt based on my tutorial. Does that make sense? Yeah, so bench is an easier one to make a tutorial on, because bench only is going to change a little bit based on your leverages. It's not going to change as wildly as the deadlift. So I'm gonna get one more set here. That's a solid bench. That's a solid bench. Yeah, deadlift is gonna change wildly between leverages wise. Bench not as much. I love bench is my specialty. I love bench. Bench is my top tier. Always give me my favorite. I'm the real Chris. I'm the real Chris. I have a bench tutorial on my channel, if you want to see that. Same way I progress in any other lift. The only difference between my deadlifts and my other lifts that I progress weight-wise is I only deadlift 3 times a week, whereas I do all my other movements 6 times a week. 3 days a week compared to 6 days, and I do less reps on the deadlift. So I have a heavier bench than Anatoly. He's got me on the deadlift and the squat, but I definitely have my bench is heavier than Anatoly's, yes. And Anatoly's got me by about 10 pounds body weight. But my bench is heavier than Anatoly's bench. Appreciate it. I haven't had big issue growing my tricep. You just got to really focus down on them. wondered if deadlift is more. Depends on your leverages, cowboy, a little bit. Yeah, so that's why. So deadlifts are a huge tax on your system. We're about to go do rows, guys. Deadlifts are a huge tax on your system, right? So when it comes to deadlifting, you kind of even could I program myself to deadlift every day? Yes. The problem is that even with my conditioning, deadlifting every day would cause all of my other lifts to suffer, right? So deadlifting every day would not be as advantageous as benching every day like I currently do. So I work out 6 days a week. I heard you, Tiger. I heard you. Congrats. Nice, Ugander. All right. That being said, guys, we are probably next week. We are probably next week going to start squatting 6 days a week. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to test it on my own because I'm not going to go super heavy on it for the first week. I'm going to reduce my squat weight a little bit, and I'm going to start squatting 6 days a week and see if I can condition that a little bit better. So I do a lot of 1 rep maxes. I do a lot of 2s, a lot of 3s. Yes. I do everything 6 days a week. Yes. Except deadlift, which is 3 times a week. I usually squat 3 times a week. I bench, curl, tricep extension, shoulder press, row, rear delt fly, and calisthenics 6 days a week. Heavy. I do a full body workout 6 days a week, heavy. All right, we're gonna row now, guys. Let me grab these rows. We're gonna grab 90s, then we got 95s, and then we're gonna grab the 100s, set of 7 on each arm. I agree, KN. I am gonna have to increase my calories, KN. I am. So, yes, heavy 6 day a week. All right, let's grab this 90. Yep. Yep. Ah. Oh. Nobody answer Mark. Don't give him any fuel. I drink milk all day long. I have milk with me right now. But yeah, I drink milk like literally before I lay down for bed every night. I drink about 16 ounces of whole milk before I lay in the bed. I take creatine daily. I don't have any issue with hook grip. I rotate my rows. So sometimes I do barbell, sometimes I do dumbbell, sometimes I do cable. I do an assortment of rows. My barbell row is like 335, 340, somewhere in that ballpark. At the moment, Tiger. It does have higher protein, yes. It's filtered, less sugar, more protein. No, I don't do a lot of slow controlled eccentric movements and stuff like that, no. Everything is strength focused for me. I don't do a ton of slow movement. Once in a while, you'll see me mix them in, but you gotta pay a lot of attention because it'll be like rep 1 and 2 fast, rep 3 sometimes a little slower, rep 4, 5, 6, 7 fast. I only ever mix in slow reps like periodically. I've been lifting for 5 years. Yep. Yeah. Oh. So the idea behind that slow rep is to keep the muscle under tension for longer. Here's the thing with the way I do my reps, my muscle's under tension the whole time. I'm never going to a full rest position, right? So anytime I'm rowing, you'll see I stop just before that full rest position. So I'm here, protecting obviously my tendons, but also causing me to stay under tension for every single rep. I am activated for every single rep. There's no rest in between reps for me. So explosiveness is a thing, yes. So, well, that's because it's 5 pounds heavier. That's why it looks slower. That's great, Tiger. That's great. Yep. I don't recommend it. Not at the moment, Black Tiger. Not at the moment. If you want to follow the channel, you can get an idea of what I do to grow, but that's you'd have to follow. I can't really give that kind of advice. I gave a lot of advice like that earlier if you want to roll back. That was 95 pounds. So that was 95 pounds. All right. One more set of 7, guys. We're gonna grab the 100-pound dumbbell. Grab one more set of rows. Hit. Let me bring it over so you guys can see it. I was too far away, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry. I've been lifting for 5 years. I've been lifting for 5 years. I'm 30 years old. I started lifting when I was 25. When I was 25 years old, I had surgery. I weighed 117 pounds, and my bench was 75 pounds. In 5 years, I went from 75-pound bench to a 365-pound bench. I probably couldn't row 20s, you know. Maybe, I probably could row 20s, like 30 or 40, you know. But I don't know how much I would have been rowing at the time. This is 100, though. These are the hundreds. I've rowed up to 150. The heaviest dumbbell we've rowed is 150. So there's no telling how strong Ronnie Coleman was at his peak because he was doing a lot of reps. He didn't really do a lot of he showcases strength, but he would do 2, 3, 4 of everything, 7, 8. So he had a lot more in the tank strength-wise than you would realize. So all right. I don't plan on doing lat pull downs tonight, Drizzy. What's up, Prodigy? All right, let's load it up. My forearms are pretty strong. Elite level grip strength, by the way. Elite level grip strength. Or about a deadlift? It's very true. I did a short on it actually. Those grip strength testers, I purchased one of those to prove it. Obviously, need to prove everything online. We tested it. We did a grip strength test live. We ended up like, it was like 30 or 40 pounds heavier than Magnus, the rock climber. So what's the worst, longest plateau on the big three that you experienced? I would say, okay, so the longest plateau I ever had lifting was when I was going from 295 to 300 on the bench. When I hit 295 on the bench, for some reason, I don't know if it's because I had started a new job. I had started managing the gym at that point for a very large gym chain. I was very busy. I was still working out consistently, but I don't think my meals were as consistent. So my 295 to 300 was my longest period. I'm going to mute you, Johan. I'm going to mute you. The crowns are a new thing. They're like top chats, top donators, stuff like that. It's a community thing that YouTube just implemented. But so my food wasn't correct. I was not eating as efficiently as I had in the past. And I was eating foods that weren't bad or they weren't unclean, but they weren't as protein heavy as I was used to. So my timing was off and I was relying on protein shakes a lot more. So 295 to 300 probably took me the better part of like 2 months. It took me like 2 months to break that. And that was like when I was first started thinking about powerlifting. So it was very important that I broke that plateau. But that was my hardest plateau to break. And I basically fixed it by just reevaluating my food and looking at what I had changed from when I was progressing and when I stopped progressing for that period of time. I was like, okay, what did I change? And I realized I had to narrow it down. I was like, it's my food. It's not as good as it was 2 months ago, right? So I fixed that and I immediately hit 300. And then a week later I hit 305 and a week later I hit 310. And then it gradually increased from there, so. All right, let me get the bar out for deadlifts, guys. Yeah. Almost always, if you find a plateau on something and it's always either a mental block or it's something you changed that you just didn't think about. Something you changed that you just didn't think about. I'm 5'11". I eat 5,000 calories a day. 5,000 calories a day. Let me grab my milk and then we'll lift some deadlifts. Milk and then deadlifts. I had my thyroid removed. That was my 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and my thyroid popped out. I like deadlift. Deadlift hits a little bit of everything, Thyroid does a lot. It produces hormones. It regulates hormones. It helps with metabolism, all kinds of stuff. So I didn't have a problem with my thyroid, mind you. I had a mass the size of an egg appear on my neck. So I had to have it grew on my thyroid. So it was benign, but they had to remove it to find out. So I had an egg-sized mass appear on my thyroid like overnight. So they popped my thyroid out. Turns out it was benign, but they didn't know until they had my thyroid out. So can't get your thyroid back, you know? Having my thyroid removed was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. So honestly, the best thing that ever happened to me. My thyroid? Yeah, I had my thyroid removed, KM. What do you mean? Oh, thyroid. It just clicked in my brain. KN, you got me. Nice. Good Lord. I've got too much caffeine running through my system to decipher jokes right now, all right? I was so confused. I was like, what is he talking about? I was like, what's going on? So confused. I appreciate dad jokes as well. It just took me a minute to process it. Took me a second to process it. KN's probably losing it right now easily. He probably got a good laugh out of my inability to decipher his dad joke. I had to run it back through my head twice, all right? Yeah, we're gonna go up in weight. We're just warming up with the 135. Warming up with the 135. I think I have my grip strength tester here, guys. We can do another grip strength test. We're already like halfway through the workout, but I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, let's do one quick grip strength test. I had my thyroid removed. It has improved my life. I'll go over that in a minute. All right. No, I messed it up, guys. Hold on. I gotta wait for it to reset. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Double overhand deadlift. I don't do any double overhand deadlifts. Hold on, I gotta wait for it to reset. Give me a second. I messed it up. I'm not 25 years old. I'm not 25. I gotta set it to 30. It was set to someone else's profile. I'm making sure it's right. 30. $175.8 on that one. $175.8 on that one. I think that's not the highest we've gotten, but that's pretty close to the highest we've gotten. 175.8, not bad. It has an age. I don't know what the age makes in the difference, but the machine has an age in it. So I don't remember what the highest we got was. On stream, we hit a big number. I can't remember. 8.3. It has a save function, Mark. It has a save function. So luckily, I have video evidence of all of my grip strengths tests. So. Why is that, Tyler? I am natty, yes. Test on a 70-year-old? I don't regularly talk to anybody that's 70 years old. I mean, I know obviously older people. Just can't think of anybody that's 70 that I would be like, here, have a grip strength test. I was gonna say something along those lines, Prodigy, but I doubt the machine is that intricate. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe they have a formula that they adjusted it for. I just don't think it's that intricate, but that would make the most sense. Obviously, bone density, things along the, but that shouldn't affect the grip strength. Like, it affects grip strength, obviously, but why the grip strength is a pull. It's regardless of what's pulling it, right? So if I put vice grips on there and pull it, it's going to be the same number as if I put pliers on there. If I put a hand on, like, it's the amount of pressure you're able to apply. It shouldn't take that other stuff into account. I don't know. I think it's just profiles to save your and see your progression more than likely, because there's like 15 profiles, right? Or 14 profiles. So I think if you're 20, maybe, I don't know how many profiles are, but there's a certain amount of profiles. So I don't know if it's meant for like a gym setting where you can have multiple clients testing throughout the program. All right. Yep. Do it left-handed, maybe when we're done deadlifting. It's gonna be significantly less on the left hand, I'm sure. Probably. All right, left-handed. All right, let's see. Any guesses on left hand? We got what, like 175? We got like 187 when we were alive. But any guesses on what we're gonna get left-handed? And we're going to get left-handed. $100 800s, 130 pound. 40 pounds? We're going to get more than 40 pounds on the left hand. I think 145 is probably going to be close. Dex. Dang it, I fucked it up again. All right. 30. $135 on the left hand. Funnily enough, I think 135 is still considered a high number. It's still a pretty high number. So left hand, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Just got to make sure I always shake with my right hand, right? I got like a 30-pound difference in the two hands. This is our normal gym, HF. This is our normal gym. Your dominant arm is always going to be stronger typically than okay. So crazy part is, right, for lifters, a lot of the time your non-dominant arm can actually catch up and surpass your dominant arm. It's weird how it works. And the reason for that is because you almost always only use your non-dominant during heavy or rigorous activity, whereas your dominant arm is typically used in a lot of endurance type activities like writing or drinking beverages or taking caps off of bottles or driving. So we can row it, yeah. So all right, let me add some more weight though. Yeah, let's go. No, HF, I would not consider selling my shirt. I quite like my shirt. I've had offers in the past. I appreciate it, but I'm going to keep my shirt. No, Mark. No. I've had people ask about that too. I've had a variety. My socials get a variety of monetary offers. This is not this type of stream. I apologize. If that's what you thought this was, it's not what this is. I am a deadlift jack. I'm 5'11" and I weigh 180. All right, we got 315. We're gonna grab this for a quick single. Yep. What's up, boss? HF, we're gonna have to remove you from the chat. We're not doing that. All right. Hernia. I don't plan on getting any hernias. How many Chris's would it take to fight a gorilla? I feel like the gorillas would at least need 100 to make it fair. They would need at least 100 gorillas. Chest. Chest is my favorite muscle to work. Well, group of muscles, sorry. I like chest day, all right? Pectoral, all right? Someone's gonna get super technical, be like, chest is a group of muscles. A gorilla the average gorilla is only 300 pounds. I can pause rep Larson a gorilla for like 7 reps, all right? Oh, grab one more weight, guys. Yeah, I can bench a gorilla for reps. And my cardio is better than gorillas. I don't want to do cardio, but it is better than gorillas. It is top tier threat. Gorillas have terrible cardio. Terrible cardio. All right, I'm gonna grab another plate. We'll get this to 405 and play around with 405 a bit. I can 100% take a gorilla. We will after 405. What's up, what's up? All right, we're not gonna wear a belt, but what we will do is we'll put our clips on, our emotional support clips on for safety purposes. All right, clips are on. All right, so 1405. I would keep the puppy. I would keep the puppy. I wouldn't get a puppy and not keep the puppy. I want a puppy. Honestly, guys, the stream like goal is just a route for me to get another. I want another puppy regardless. But my wife says she doesn't want another puppy. But if I get 1,000 likes, she can't say no to a puppy, right? All right, 405 single. We got our clips on for safety. Both of our emotional support clips, we got red and blue, all right? So they're probably not gonna stay out there. We did this last night. We did a stability thing with bench. I don't think this is gonna be quite as stable. One stayed on through the rep. One stayed on through the rep. We have multiple dogs already. Is why we why it's a contentious thing for having another dog. We have 2 dogs, and I'm going to remove your message as well. We have 2 dogs. We have a tortoise, a bearded dragon, 3 cats, and 10 chickens. And 10 chickens. Fit device. The only villain in here is cardio, okay? What, did I start with the pointer finger? I started with the thumb, right? Which one did I start with? I started with the pinky. A GoFundMe for protein? My chickens are very safe. My chickens are my friends. They're my egg layers. They're my egg layers. I am very caffeinated currently, yes. Is that, you said that's how you're supposed to do it? It's thumb first, pinky second, then ring finger, index finger, and then middle finger. That's how you're supposed to do it. Pretty sure. Thumb is always first. Thumb is always first. Look, my thumb goes backwards too. You guys ever seen one of those thumbs that like almost lays flat? Hold on, I think it's this one. Do y'all's thumb do that? Am I the only one?
Have a good night.
Have a good one, boss. All right. $425 is next. Everybody in this gym knows like who I am as a person. Obviously, not all of them watch my fitness stuff, but there's a very small community here in the town I live in. There's like 2,000 people in this whole town. I know almost everybody. It was, I was thrown off too, vegan. What makes it not a real gym, Andy? What makes it not a real gym? The gym is real. It's physical. I go here, so what is it? How would it not be a real gym if I go here? The weights are really real. Fake gym. I paper mache the whole gym together tonight. Paper mache the whole gym together tonight. It's not a home gym. It has its own website. It has its own. It's in a business, like a strip mall type thing. No, it's not in the hood. We're in a small little country town. About 2,000 people in this whole town. So 2,000 people in this whole town. All right. All right, 425. Let's get it. One little yoink. boxing cleats. Or not cleats, but they are boxing shoes. They're wrestling shoes. The wrestling shoes. I didn't forget the belt. I didn't need the belt. You need to learn leverages. You need to learn leverages, and they're real weights. You need to learn leverages. My back is fine. Luckily, my back isn't made of popsicle sticks. So, luckily, my back isn't made of popsicle sticks. So I think I'm going to be okay. We are not in the mountains, no. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. That was lightweight. That was warm-up weight. They're all real weights, Eagles. Welcome to the stream, though. The first gym I started out at was a Planet Fitness. That's the first gym I ever walked into, was a Planet Fitness. Second one was this gym. Second one was this gym. It's 24-hour gym. It's 1 in the morning here right now. So if you guys are wondering why it's so empty, it's 1 a.m. Oh, that's RPE, isn't it? Look at that. He's back. He's back. I never said I own any of the gyms. I have made it very clear I don't own a gym. RPE is back. RPE is back. Lord. About 2 years, KN. About 2 years is about how long before I started getting into powerlifting. It became more of a focus on year 3. So this is not a franchise. I managed this gym. I was the manager of this gym when we first started streaming. I did decide to leave the management position and just coach here. That's not how that went at all. But I managed this gym, and then I managed 3 other big box gyms that were part of a franchise. So, Eagles, I know you're a troll. Don't buy into him. Don't buy into him. I didn't make the goal, Bryce. I didn't make the goal. All right. Talk to Britt. It's a home gym. I'm going to put RPE in a timeout. My bench is 365 currently. My bench is 365 currently. Do I want to own my own gym? Realistically? Yes and no. Yes and no. I don't have a lot of time to do something like that. So, that's very time consuming. So, congrats, Andy. It's very time consuming to own a gym, right? It's more than a full-time job to own a gym. So I have children that are toddlers and also one that's about to be a teenager. So I don't have a lot of time to allocate, right? So yeah, not a lot of home gyms have like not a lot of home gyms have like other members and like water fountains and like big glass fronts. Doesn't quite scream home gym with the exit sign or the 9 pieces, not like the 4 cardio pieces, the 4 treadmills. Everybody's home gym needs 4 treadmills. Everybody's home gym needs 4 treadmills, right? All right, what are we doing now, guys? We're doing calisthenics, right? Nice garage. I appreciate it, KN. I appreciate it. We have done a muscle up, yes. I'm not amazing at muscle ups. RPE is was a fan at one point, and one day he lost it because I think like his brother was in here and his brother got banned for being a troll, something like that. So 100%. I've never lied about anything, RPE. RP, if you were in the Discord, you would have been able to see the videos from the other gyms, multiple. RP, I will 100% guarantee, right, that I never claimed to own 7 gyms. I never claimed to own this gym, and I never claimed to own any of the other gyms. I will 100% guarantee it. 150% guarantee it. Never left my mouth. Never left my mouth. Okay, here's the thing, RPE. Go pull the video, pull the clip. Go pull the clip. If it exists, it exists. It doesn't exist. I'm 100% sure. 100% sure. 100% sure. Yeah, no. I stream nightly, own 7 gyms, also train full time. 8 gyms. It's 8 gyms now. Canonically, we added a gym. I have never claimed to own even a single gym. I don't want to own a gym currently. You put the clip in the Discord. The Discord's available. You can put the clip in the Discord. If you can find that and clip it and put in the Discord, I will post it. I will post it. To gym owner Chris, we'll do that soon. We'll do that soon. Gym owner Chris. All right. You guys want to do some weighted dips tonight? No, that dip belt is broken still. Let's do push-ups. Let's do push-ups. We didn't do push-ups last night. We did pull-ups and dips. I will 100% post the clip if he pulls it. Come on. So if I'm not mistaken, I know who this guy that's using my picture as well. That's the real Bando Kev. Bando, remember what happened last time you used my picture? You got muted. I'm gonna do that again. We're not using my picture. I get that you like to troll, but I'm gonna put you in the timeout chair, Bando. We're not using my photo. All right. Push-ups. How many push-ups are we doing? Yeah, it's the troll hour now. It's the troll hour now. All right. So push-ups, guys. We're gonna do a variety of them. We always do a variety of them. RP's gone again. That guy's been upset ever since I banned his brother for being, I don't remember what he said, but he said something not great in the chat and got banned. Oh, no. He was giving poor fitness advice in the chat, trying to give out fitness advice that wasn't very good. The roof's too low to do muscle ups in here. I'm not amazing at muscle ups as it is, so. 285 bench at 16 is solid work. You'd probably do really well. All right, let's grab it. We're throwing in some some creative push-ups. Some creative push-ups tonight. What in tarnations? Ugh. They're a lot of fun. You talking about the archers? Yeah. All right. I'm telling you, the gorillas haven't answered back yet, KN. Haven't answered back yet. I don't play music on the stream if I can avoid it. Being strong has its advantages in calisthenics. Explosiveness is key, right? Explosiveness is key. All right, let's see. Calling the authorities. Number one, I don't do backflips. And we don't play music either. Backflips are always going to be off the table, I'm sorry to tell you. I've never done a backflip. I might be able to do one. I'm just not a big fan of backflips. Behind the back claps. It's doable, sir, right? Hold on. I don't think my arms reach that far back, but I got it. 100%. I did get it. My arms don't go that far back easily, all right? Boom. I'm having to control the stream of trolls tonight. No arm push-ups? Not quite. Not quite no arm push-ups. One arm, one leg is doable though. Isn't that something we've done? Yeah. Let's see if we can get the other side. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. They're not too bad. They're not too bad. They just look tough. All right. I do think that's it for tonight, guys. We've done everything we were supposed to do. Tonight. So every night, so guys, every night, right? About this time of night, we get an influx of trolls. So I don't know what it is about 1 in the morning. Mostly dairy. I'm not promoting any mods right now. I've got plenty of mods currently. Isn't it, KN? It's kind of concerning, right, KN? So KN, I have a theory about what they're like in person. They're very quiet and they don't talk. Generally, people behind a keyboard are a lot more open because there's no repercussion for their action. No one can really hold them accountable. Not talking about necessarily physically, just in general, right? Because they can log off and they basically whatever they said is gone with the wind, right? So it's they generally people that troll streams, especially like fitness streams, I probably don't have a lot of control in their actual life, and this is their way of trying to have some semblance of what they feel control. Like they can say whatever they want. Does that make sense? Some kind of power, right? Some kind of power. Because I'll say, yeah, that's also a possibility. Yeah, so we get both, right, Solos? We get both. So you get your trolls that come in and are just trying to make a joke and it's in poor taste. And then you get trolls that come in here and just realistically don't have anything else going on. And they don't have any sense. 365 is my bench currently. They don't have any sense of control in their lives, like I said before, and they're trying to wrestle with that, and they're using streams. It's not. I wouldn't say always jealousy necessarily, but I would say it would be more insecurity. And the thing is there's no reason for them to bring that to the stream, right? So it's one of those things, like, I try and be very positive in this stream because I know there's people that watch this stream that watch it because they're looking for something, to motivate them a little bit. Not everybody's here for motivation, but, not everybody's here for motivation, but, it's one of those things that, if you're not bringing a positive energy, why are you bringing any energy at all? Does that make sense? I am natural. I have my before and after transformation on my channel. Check my videos. You'll see the video. It'll be very, very apparent. We're done with the workout, Solo. We're done with the workout for the moment. We are done with the workout. Am I sick of eating 5,000 calories, KN? No. 5,000's gotten a lot easier, KN. I'll say that I will say that the 10,000 is still something that would be like a high effort thing, because we tried the 10,000 challenge, it didn't quite hit it. 5,000 isn't tough for me anymore, but if I was to increase it by 1,000, I would probably struggle again. And I'd have to get to the point where my 6,000 calories are doable, like routinely, and then move it to 7,000, then move it to 8 if I ever wanted to go up that high realistically. It just took time. You stretch your stomach in a way, right? So you get it to where you can stomach that amount of food without feeling overly full. Usually after a few months of doing that, I don't typically feel like I'm overeating anymore. It's a dangerous game to play too, because if you ever slack off, you're gonna feel the effects, right? Because right now I can utilize the calories, but if you're a lifter and you're eating 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 calories a day, and you ever get to a point where you get injured or something happens where you can't move around and do a lot of activity, you have the risk of becoming overweight if you're not very careful or very disciplined, because you will feel hungry, right? Because you're not going to be able to consume 5,000 calories and burn all those calories a day. So you have to kind of play the middle ground there, right? So kind of have to play the middle ground there. So does my wife cook all the meals? She cooks a good bit of the meals. I cook once or twice a week, typically. Once or twice a week I cook. right. Let's see. What's up, Doggo Food? Boom. Boom. I gotta clean up some trolls. Hold on. Cleaning up some trolls. Give me a second. Boom. There we go. Trolls cleaned up. Yeah, so I have a large family. So we share the cooking duties for the most part. Now that being said, if I don't have time to cook, the wife will cook every meal. So how long have I been live for? Tonight, about almost 2 hours now. We usually live for about 2 hours. We got about 3 minutes left. Always bulking, Siege, always bulking. Appreciate you being here, Prodigy. Prodigy. There we go, Prodigy. That's the name. Appreciate you being here. I cook when I get the opportunity. I like cooking. I have no problem with cooking. I have no problem with cooking and things along those lines. I just stay generally pretty busy, so I'm not usually home to do those kind of tasks. Generally, I'm out and about doing things. So I have my own fitness business, so I have to be doing things all the time. Bench is my favorite lift, Josh. Bench is my favorite lift. We are about to close the stream up in about an minute, guys. An minute. Bench is my favorite lift, though, 100%. It's got to be, right, KN? There's something about 1 a.m., KN. But KN, three of those accounts that I muted tonight were all RPE. It's one guy. He has like 20 accounts to troll. And then it was Bando Kev, which Bando Kev has been a troll. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I think that's actually Bando Kev there. Hold on, let me take a look. Bando Kev has been a troll on this channel for like the entire time we've been streaming. So that's not Bando Kev. I don't know who that is. But I think Bando Kev was in here earlier. He's always been a troll. And then RPE was 3 of those accounts. So RP was 3 of those accounts. RP's been back in the stream for like the last 3 nights. Really trying to troll again. He's not even trying to troll. He's legitimately mad. RP is legitimately mad about something. He's mad that I wouldn't switch my program to whatever his brother's program was. His brother came in here and was like, you need to do this program. And I was like, I don't want to do that program. I like my program. I like what I'm doing. And his brother took that offensively and started like going off in chat. So he got muted. And then RPE lost it behind that. Lost it. That's how that went down. Powerlifting is not real. It's very real. That's how that went down. And now RP's every couple, I guess he's been gone for like a month. Haven't seen him, or at least not that I've noticed. And then the last 3 nights he's been back in the stream trolling. The last 3 nights. So you know what? The Discord stays pretty clean, actually. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they feel like they're less anonymous on the Discord and they don't feel like making multiple accounts. But the Discord stays pretty clean. The Discord stays pretty clean. The Discord is actually a lot of fun. It's mostly us, like the regulars and the OGs, like sharing, lifts, like day-to-day stuff. It's really cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I really enjoy the Discord conversations and stuff. Like my prep stuff, whenever I'm prepping for workouts, I post in there sometimes, when the stream's going to start, what I'm doing day to day, stuff like that. Stuff you don't get here, That's how we found out that Mossberg has 30-inch biceps. That's how we found out Mossberg has 30-inch biceps. So, but Discord's a lot easier to moderate, to be fair, because there's not as easy to make accounts. I want to adopt a puppy. My wife doesn't want a third dog. All right. And I told her, I was like, look, 1,000, like she said 1,000. I was like, 1,000's near impossible. I tried 500. She wouldn't give me 500. All right. I was like, 1,000 likes, I get a puppy. I don't think we're going to hit it. I'll message you, Saray. It's named after, it's part of a program that I had built before, and it's the acronym for that program. But I will message you, Saray. I'll message you. We'll talk. I'll explain all of it. It's a lot to go into on the stream. I was told that your biceps should be at least as large around as your chest. All right. Why would you unlike? What did I do? Nothing I can do about the puppy, about not hitting the puppy goal, all right? I want the puppy just as much as everybody wants me to have the puppy. You're not helping us get to the puppy by unliking because we're not getting to the puppy. Hold on 1 second. Need different lenses? I like my lenses. Yeah, that's next week, KN, next week. I can do one-handed push-ups, yes. This is just my normal lifting time, Rob. 12:40, Buford. 12:40-ish. I messaged you, Saray. I'll explain more in depth what exactly it means, but that's the general gist of it. Yeah, so the reason we're lifting so late is because of how busy the gym is. There's music playing at that time. So it flags the stream. Do I know a lot of people in the fitness industry? Yes. I have coaching programs. I don't have a lot of space. I am pretty much fully booked. It's 11 p.m. was our start tonight. Yes, was our start tonight. 100%. Was our start tonight. A powerlifting meet, if you're not familiar with powerlifting meets, they tend to be a bit long for what people realize. So they're about 9 hours long. So you got to kind of prep for a whole day of being there. And in those 9 hours, you're only going to lift a maximum of 9 times typically. But it's a lot of people warming up behind the scenes. People just mostly talking about lifting, getting ready for their lifts, eating, warming up, and then walking onto the platform. It's 9 hours, yeah. I take new clients periodically. It's just whenever I have space. Honestly, I didn't have space when I took my last few clients. I made space. So, yep, 9 hours. 9 hours is the typical length. No, so you lift with about 80 to 100 other people, and there's only usually 1 or 2 platforms, sometimes 3 for really large competitions. For really big competitions, there's actually multiple days. So you'll have 3 days of 8 to 9 hours. But for most local meets, 9 hours, single day, 1 to 2 platforms, 80 to 100 lifters. and usually a pretty sizable crowd. A lot of the local meets, it's mostly people they know. So yeah, that would make sense, right, Trey? That would make sense. No, not at the moment, Trey. I will definitely let the stream know once again when I'm accepting another batch of clients. When I say I made space, I mean, I physically don't have the time. I opened up my schedule specifically so people could try it. But I have since filled those slots. I already was fully booked, and I overbooked myself a little bit to make sure that that could happen. So if I was to overbook myself even more, I wouldn't be able to officially get my work done. And I take my programs very seriously because I want everybody that's on my program to see results. And sure, I could sell 1,000 programs, but I can't reasonably manage 1,000 programs. So I'm not one of those people that just want to throw programs at people and hope they stick. I want people to see results, and I one-on-one with all my people. So we even the online programs, we chat, we adjust, all of that stuff. Word of mouth, mostly solos. I've been doing it in this area long enough that people just kind of call or message me. I appreciate it, Trey. People just kind of call or message me from time to time or come to the gym and ask if they can train with me when I have openings. So, but so here's the thing. You have someone that loses 45 or 50 pounds in 12 weeks. They talk about it. People see it. And then the next person's like, hey, I want to do what that person did. Can you do it? Can you help me do it? And I'm like, sure. That's pretty much the extent of it. So most of my clients are long-term clientele. So most of my clients stay with me for over a year. They hit their goals. We make new goals and we work on those goals. So we progress goals constantly. So I've had people that their goal is to powerlift and go to competition. I've had people that want to bodybuild and have gone on stage, and I've got people that want just to lose weight. Or just want to put on some muscle. People that want to pass their PT tests. A lot of military clients. I've had a lot of military clients. That kind of stuff. So my form is top tier, Mike Michaels, top tier. So either they see me training in person, or let's say you end up, putting on all the muscle you want, right? And then you go home and then you're out and about with some friends, right? And someone's like, hey, you put on a bunch of muscle. That's how a lot of my word of mouth happens. Someone tells their friend who they're training with, and then their friend wants to do the same thing, and they come talk to me. Mike's just trolling. Give him no mind. It's late. It's troll season. Troll time. It is trolling time. That's what time of night it is. No, the community's great. We have a community Discord as well that we talk in between streams. But I stream every night. So yeah, I very seldom have to go looking for clientele. I used to. I'm not saying it's not something I've ever had to do, but I very seldom have to go looking for clientele. But that's more of a reputation thing. The reputation means everything in this industry. So, but all right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. I have been on stream about 10 minutes longer than I normally would have. The Discord is on the channel if you go to community posts. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the night. I'm gonna go and get some rest. I will see you guys tomorrow around like 10 or 11. So 10 or 11. I'm not sure if it'll be 10 or 11 yet, but I'll see you guys around 10 or 11 tomorrow. But that's the end of the stream, guys. I'm gonna head out. We've been here for like 2.5 hours almost. So I'm gonna go get some rest. Have a good one. What's up, Caleb? I gotta head out.